Hey, this is JC and welcome to Small Brick City. In this video, we've got something really novel and it's a build which I'm really pleased with. It's quite different from previous builds that I've done. I tend to do more modern looking buildings for my MOCs, but I wanted to do something different, just to mix things up for myself and also for you, the viewers. I call this MOC the Mountain Hideout. Basically, this is a small house built in the mountains far away from civilization. The primary purpose for this house is to be a hiding place for this criminal element right here in front. He's actually guarding his front door right now with a rifle in one hand and a bottle of apple juice in the other. This build is very different from anything I've built. Instead of being clean, sleek and modern, this has a rundown, grungy feel. I approach all my Lego MOCs, that's my own creations, in the same way. The two driving forces for my design are always the concept and details. I have shared my philosophy and approach to creating MOCs before, and you can check it out in the playlist in the card above or in the link in the description. The concept to me is the most important. A good concept would drive the design of your build and give motivation to all the details that you would include in the build. For this particular MOC, I knew I wanted to do some kind of rundown house that is somewhere in the forest or the mountain. Then the idea of a hideout came about. Lego has released some city sets where there are policemen and bad guys, and I believe there are a few sets with different hideouts. I thought that concept is interesting, and since Lego has produced such a line, I thought I'll include my own design. And that's how I came up with the Mountain Hideout. Once I came up with the concept, the overall build was easy to envision in terms of the look and the color scheme, but what the concept really did was to drive all the details I included in this build. I think it is the details that makes this build interesting, and I managed to squeeze a lot into a small space. Now these aren't just random details, but they're actually motivated and are logical in this particular build. And I've also got a few surprises in store of you, which I'll show you in just a bit. First, let's have a look at an all-round view of the exterior of this MOC. As this is a mountain hideout, I chose this dark tan base plate to build it on. You can see there's a lot of rocky detail. In fact, the entire house is built on a rock formation or foundation. So lots of little stone parts here to show that very rundown and rough terrain. The building itself uses this green color, which is quite nice. There's a bit of texture with these masonry bricks, and it's got very rundown look, so there's a lot of patchwork. In fact, if you look at the main door here, let's just remove this bad guy for now. You can see there is a kind of a wooden board which is bordered across the front of the door. We can open that if we need. And I'll show you the inside in just a bit. But it is built basically on the rock. There's some wood planks to act as steps. There's a light here in the front which actually can be removed because it's kind of like a kerosene lantern which is just hung up here, but the guy can actually remove it and walk around the house if he needs at night. And on the outside you can see that the house itself has a lot of wall creepers in different colors, almost overgrowing the entire build. And if you look on this side over here, that's the back. These windows actually have bars, and obviously this side the bars have really dropped off. Maybe someone tried to break in before, but it's now boarded up in place. And to do that, I've got basically single 1x1 modified bricks with studs, with a stud, and that just goes across just like that. On this side we have a water tank, because remember this is a mountain house or a house in the mountain. There's no electricity, there's no gas, there's no water, so it has to be self-sufficient. So basically when it rains, this water tank, the top can be opened up to collect water, and you can see there's actually water being collected in a pail as well. I guess this is where he showers when he needs to. Later on you'll see that I have a tap and a sink on the inside of the house, and that's actually directly connected from this water tank to the inside, so the placement is just right. A lot of different details just to give you that whole mountain outdoor feel. And if you look at the roof itself, I decided to go with multiple colors. You know, there's brown, dark red and black, just to give a patchwork feel, to feel that, you know, this was really put together with whatever materials he had. And in a top view later, you're going to see the top of the roof as well. You can see it's a lot of patchwork, as though it's almost falling apart. So that's basically the outside of the building or the house. Let me show you the top and the inside. Here's a look at the top of the Mountain Hideout. As mentioned, you can see bits of the roof seems to be coming apart, really dilapidated. There's also a chimney, and this chimney is in the correct place relative to the house, as there's a stove and fireplace underneath. The roof was designed to be modular style so that it can be lifted off to review the interior. Let's have a look inside. Let's start off with this corner over here. There's a mattress on the ground with a folded back grey blanket. I think that's a great use of that triangular tile piece. Next to the main door on the wall is a map. And next to the mattress, there's a table. And on the table over here, we've got another kerosene lamp. And this has a handle so the minifig can carry it and navigate around the house when it's dark. There's a wanted poster of himself on the wall. And the reason I guess why he has this wanted poster is because there aren't any mirrors in the hideout. So it's for him to recognize himself in case he forgets how he looks like. On the table in the corner, we have a ham radio, which is an amateur radio, which allows him to have contact with the outside world. After all, there's no Wi-Fi or cell reception up in the mountains. There's a small four-legged stool behind the table, a small box with a pot where he does his cooking. In this corner over here, we have a tap and a sink right at the corner, some bottles of water. That tap actually is in line with the water tank over here. And I've actually have a Technic brick built into the wall with a hole. There's a pin which allows me to put the tap piece on it. There's a shelf with all sorts of supplies, canned food, basically different things he needs to survive out in this mountain hideout. That's the stove and the fireplace I mentioned, and this can actually open up. It's just hinge, and I believe there's a fire going on. I'm not sure if you can see that at this angle. Well, trust me, there is a fire going on. The entire inside of this little house is tiled, basically wood planks, all kinds of scrap wood that he could put together to do the floor paneling for this mountain hideout. I mentioned earlier that I have a surprise install, and it is really connected with the concept of the build. Remember, this is a mountain hideout for a bad guy. So basically, he has hidden different things around and inside this hideout. All kinds of valuables, contrabands, and illegal stuff he's not supposed to have. I don't just have one hiding place, not two, not three, but I've got 4 different hiding places built and designed within this small build, which is, a 16 by 16 base plate. And I'll tell you what are the items that he has hidden. He's got a bunch of gold which was stolen. He's hiding that somewhere in this build. He's got lots of white sugar, packets of white sugar, and money. Lots of money he's hiding. And finally, he also stole 2 precious gemstones, a diamond and a red ruby. These items are hidden somewhere in this build, outside and inside. I designed these as play features for someone who would actually look at this build, and besides just seeing the build and the details, they actually get to go on a little treasure hunt. So where do you think I've created hiding places for these items? I know what a lot of people think. They think there must be something in the water tank. I can remove this tank. You can hear something inside. I can tell you there is something inside, but no treasure. It is just water, because water is very valuable. He can't contaminate his water supply. He needs this water to drink, to cook, so no, he won't contaminate that. Maybe it's somewhere inside. Let's have a look. Where do you think is hidden something? It's not in the stove or the fireplace, because that would burn it up. Now we are thinking there's something in that small box. Let me just remove that box. It is on a jumper plate, so it's designed to be removable. This top can be removed as well. And lo and behold, we have gold bars, gold rings, gold coins. So if you guessed this was one of the hiding places, very well done. Alright, so where do you think a second hiding place is? You have heard the expression that the best place to hide your money is underneath your mattress, right? Well, this mattress is built on a jumper plate and it can actually be dislodged. All you need to do is get the angle right and loosen it up. See, it's so well hidden, right? Because it's not easy to take out. But underneath this mattress, yep, that's a lot of cash all hidden underneath this mattress. So that's hiding place number 2. What about number 3? Well, it's not under the floor panels because he's already, used up the floor panels with the money underneath the mattress. I'm going to tell you where the third hiding place is, and that is underneath the roof. Because built into the hollow of the roof, packets of sugar and even more money. And that's held in place by these plates right here. I think this is a great hiding space, don't you think so? Well, that's 1, 2, 3 different hiding places. Where is number 4? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's on the outside, so let's change the camera angle so you can have a better look. The remaining 2 items hidden are the gemstones, the diamond and the red ruby. Do you have any idea where these 2 stones could be hidden? It could be anywhere, right? Since I managed to have different hiding places in this small build, I can tell you it's hidden by a rock, and I've marked the rock so that it's an odd one out. If you guessed it's this one, you're absolutely right. That's a marker for a stone which can be removed to reveal a small hiding place right there. And I'm sure you can see now the diamond and the red ruby hidden in the corner underneath the house. I hope you enjoyed this tour of my Mountain Hideout MOC and enjoyed that little treasure hunt. I think this is a great way to make Lego builds interactive. Having different hiding spaces built within a storyline due to a logical concept that you develop for the build, it can be really entertaining for yourself but also for your friends and family who look and feel and experience your builds. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. I'm always striving to come up with unique Lego content, so turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on any videos. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.